My residents always used to say, why are you called Pinky? And I said, maybe one of these days I'll tell you. Maybe when you graduate, I'll tell you. And I never have. And so that has to remain a secret.
Do you know what Pinky stands for?
No, I have no idea.
That's good, because that is a no-go zone.
I've never asked.
I was told eventually I would hear why she's named Pinky. I haven't yet, so I'll wait. I'll be patient.
So I grew up on the West Coast, down in the Lower Mainland, sort of around Vancouver, West Vancouver, and then out in Tawasin, which is where the ferry goes to Vancouver Island. My dad was a doctor, and so I actually thought I'd never be a doctor because the magazines that would come to the house would be kind of gross, and I thought, I'm never going to do that. But I really liked sciences, and so I thought I was going to do marine biology, so I went to Dalhousie, did biology, got pretty interested in genetics, and so that sort of sparked the interest in medicine, and applied to Queen's, got in at Queen's. Through that 4 years of medical school, you get lots of different opportunities to see different areas of medicine, and I realized I didn't want to give up any of it. Like, I liked it all. I liked seeing babies, I liked seeing elderly patients, adults, emergency stuff, preventative care. So family medicine seemed like a really good specialty for me to go into. I did not intend to take on leadership positions at all. The beginning part of my career was very much focused on seeing my patients, a little bit of teaching, finding that good balance. But as the kids got older and then when they left home, I took on being the program director for the family medicine program, which allowed me to start thinking about how could I have some impact? How could I try to get some of the ideas that I felt pretty passionate about into play? And then this current job that I'm in, which is the Associate Dean for Postgrad, it just allows more scope for that. One of the things I hated was meetings. Like we'd have a meeting, and I am never going to do a job where I am in meetings day in and day out. It's not what I want to do, and so pretty much that's what I do now. I'm in meetings day in and day out. I think at the beginning I was really passive in those meetings. I was sort of just sitting on the outskirts. I wasn't kind of diving into them, and that's actually what I've realized can make it much more engaging, is to think about, okay, what are we trying to do here? We do have this lovely advantage of SEAMO at Queen's because it is an organization that, if you're part of the SEAMO group, there's educational funding, there's research funding, so it's a nice way to have people look at your work and do a peer review, but get some grant money to start doing some research. There is a way that women are treated in medicine that are different than men. There's a way that family medicine is treated in medicine that are different than some of the other specialties. There weren't a lot of women in positions of leadership when I went through my training. It was actually remarkable that our department head at a fairly early time when I was in residency was one of the few women department heads in family medicine in Canada. It is interesting, the whole kind of unspoken hierarchy within medicine. And I've recently been fortunate enough to really dive into that, looking at the so-called hidden curriculum about why is there this hierarchy and why does that exist. When I was a medical student saying, oh, I'm interested in family medicine, people would say, oh, you're too smart to do family medicine. Why would you want to do that? And that kind of language persists, and so it's been around for decades. How do we do this well? How do we train family doctors well so they can go out and do their job well? Became then this bigger thing of why I wanted to keep doing this, and why the whole competency-based medical education, which made such sense to me, that we put all this effort into changing our education system to really ensure when people graduated they were competent. That's an important part of our healthcare system. My mom always used to say, just leave a place slightly better than you found it, you know? And if we all did that, imagine how great that would be, right? So it was, that definitely was the inspiration.